Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 strangest extraterrestrials ever encountered. From bizarre appearances to unusual abilities, these extraterrestrials are sure to fascinate and intrigue you. For centuries, humans have gazed up at the stars and wondered if we are alone in the universe. The vastness of space, with its billions of galaxies and trillions of stars, suggests that other forms of life must exist out there. But what might they look like? Are they friendly explorers or something more sinister? Join us as we delve into the world of the unknown, exploring 10 of the most bizarre and intriguing extraterrestrial encounters ever reported. Our journey begins in the rural backwoods of West Virginia, 1952. It was here that a group of young boys, out playing on a September evening, would have an encounter that would be debated for decades to come. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the fields, the boys noticed a pulsing red light in the sky. It seemed to descend, growing larger and brighter until it finally came to rest near a farmer's field. Curiosity overcoming their fear, the boys approached the sight, their hearts pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. What they found there was like something out of a science fiction novel. A towering figure, at least 10 feet tall, stood before them, its form partially obscured by a pulsating mist. It had no discernible arms or legs, its body a smooth metallic dome that seemed to glow with an internal light. But the most terrifying aspect of the creature was its face, or rather, what seemed to be its face. Two glowing red eyes like burning coals stared out from the mist, instilling a primal fear in the young witnesses. As if to add to the otherworldly nature of the encounter, the creature emitted a shrill, hissing sound that sent the boys running in terror. Though the encounter lasted only a few minutes, the image of the Flatwoods Monster, as it came to be known, was seared into the minds of the witnesses. Could this have been a visitor from another world, stranded on our planet and searching for a way home? Or was it, as some skeptics suggest, simply a case of misidentified wildlife, magnified in the darkness by fear and imagination? We journey next to the small town of Kelly, Kentucky, where in 1955 a rural farmhouse became the stage for one of the most bizarre and terrifying alien encounters ever reported. It was a hot summer night, and the Sutton family, gathered in their humble abode, were about to experience something that would change their lives forever. As the story goes, the family dog began barking frantically at the edge of the woods surrounding their property. Billy Ray Taylor, visiting from out of town, decided to investigate, grabbing a shotgun for protection. As he approached the tree line, he claimed to have seen a strange, luminous figure peering from behind a tree. The figure, small in stature, with spindly limbs and an oversized head, was unlike anything Taylor had ever seen before. He fired a shot, and the creature, seemingly unfazed, simply vanished into thin air. This marked the beginning of a night of terror for the Sutton family. Over the next few hours, the family reported seeing multiple creatures described as being about 3.5 feet tall, with large glowing eyes and pointed ears. The creatures seemed to move with an eerie grace, almost floating across the ground. The family, terrified, barricaded themselves inside the house, firing shots through windows and doors in a desperate attempt to ward off the attackers. The siege continued until the early hours of the morning when, as suddenly as they had appeared, the creatures vanished. In the annals of unexplained phenomena, few encounters are as chilling yet as fleeting as the sighting of the Dover Demon. And it was 1977 in the quiet town of Dover, Massachusetts, a place where life usually moved at a slower, more predictable pace. But all that changed on a cool April night, when a series of encounters with a creature of unknown origin would leave an indelible mark on the town's history. It began with a young man driving along Farm Street on the outskirts of town. As his headlights cut through the darkness, they illuminated a bizarre figure perched upon a stone wall. The creature, no more than 4 feet tall, had a large bulbous head that seemed too big for its slender body. Its eyes, large and orange, seemed to glow in the darkness, fixing the young man with an unsettling gaze. Later that same night, another teenager walking home through the woods came face to face with a similar creature. This time, the witness reported seeing long, spindly fingers and a strange, almost hairless texture to its skin. The creature, seemingly startled by the encounter, quickly scurried away into the undergrowth, disappearing as quickly as it had appeared. A third sighting, reported by a young girl the following evening, only served to solidify the mystery surrounding the creature. She described a similar figure with the same large head and glowing eyes, but this time the creature seemed to be moving with an almost unnatural agility, scrambling over rocks and trees with ease. The year is 1966. The place, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. A shadow falls over this small town, a shadow with glowing red eyes and wings spanning 10 feet. This is no ordinary creature, this is the Mothman. Our story begins not in the skies but beneath the earth. Construction workers toiling away at the site of the Silver Bridge reported seeing a strange man-like figure flitting through the shadows. Its eyes, glowing an eerie red, seemed to pierce the darkness, instilling a sense of dread in those who witnessed them. Then the sightings moved to the surface. Two young couples driving along a deserted road late one night noticed something strange in the headlights of their car. Perched on a nearby embankment was a large winged creature, its eyes glowing like burning coals. Terrified, the couple sped away, the creature seemingly giving chase, keeping pace with their car despite its massive wingspan. Over the next few days and weeks, the sightings continued. Some reported seeing the Mothman perched atop buildings, its glowing eyes scanning the town below. Others claimed to have seen it flying overhead, its massive wings casting an eerie shadow upon the streets. But the Mothman was more than just a strange creature. It seemed to be a harbinger of doom. On December 15, 1967, the Silver Bridge, the very bridge where the creature was first sighted, collapsed into the icy waters of the Ohio River. 46 people lost their lives that day, and the tragedy became forever linked to the legend of the Mothman. Our journey takes us back to the sweltering summer of 1955, this time to the small town of Kelly, Kentucky. It was here, on a rural farm, that the Sutton family experienced a night of terror so bizarre, so utterly strange, that it would become a cornerstone of UFO lore. Picture this: a modest farmhouse nestled amidst the rolling hills of Kentucky. Inside, the Sutton family, along with a friend visiting from out of town, are gathered together, enjoying the simple pleasures of a summer evening. Little do they know that their peaceful night is about to be shattered by an encounter with the unknown. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the farmland, the family dog, a loyal companion named Lucky, starts acting strangely. He barks incessantly at the edge of the woods, his unease growing with each passing moment. Billy Ray Taylor, the family friend, decides to investigate, grabbing a shotgun for protection. As Taylor approaches the tree line, he claims to have seen something extraordinary, a small luminous figure peering from behind a tree. The creature, described as being no more than 3.5 feet tall, had an oversized head, spindly limbs, and large, glowing eyes that seemed to pierce the darkness. Frightened, Taylor fires a shot at the creature, but to his astonishment, it seems to vanish into thin air. This marks the beginning of a night of terror for the Sutton family. Over the next few hours, they report seeing multiple creatures, all with the same bizarre appearance. The year is 1973. The place, Pascagoula, Mississippi. Two shipyard workers, Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker, are fishing on a warm October evening, enjoying the tranquility of the Pascagoula River. But their peaceful evening is about to take a terrifying turn, an encounter so bizarre, so utterly strange that it would forever alter the course of their lives. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the water, Hickson and Parker notice something unusual. A strange blue light appears in the sky, hovering silently above the river. As the light descends, it becomes clear that it is not a star, nor a plane, but something far more extraordinary. A craft, oval-shaped and seemingly metallic, emerges from the light, hovering silently just above the surface of the water. Terrified, Hickson and Parker watch in disbelief as three figures emerge from the craft. The creatures, described as being about 5 feet tall, are unlike anything they have ever seen before. Their skin is wrinkled and grey, their hands ending in long, claw-like appendages. They have no discernible noses or mouths, and their eyes, large and black, seem to bore into the very souls of the two fishermen. Before they can react, the creatures seize Hickson and Parker, lifting them effortlessly into the hovering craft. The vast open skies of Texas have long been a canvas for tales of the unexplained. But few events have captured the imagination quite like the Lubbock Lights, a series of strange aerial phenomena that unfolded over the town of Lubbock, Texas in the late summer of 1951. It was a time of wonder and paranoia, a time when the world watched the skies, wondering if we were truly alone in the universe. Our story begins on a warm August evening. A group of college professors gathered in the backyard of a Lubbock home noticed something peculiar in the night sky. A formation of lights, pale blue and green in color, flew silently overhead, their movements too fluid, too precise to be conventional aircraft. Intrigued, the professors, all respected academics in their own right, began to observe the lights, carefully documenting their movements and formations. Over the next few weeks, the sightings continued, drawing the attention of the national media and sparking a wave of public fascination with the unknown. The lights, often described as forming a perfect V formation, would appear suddenly in the night sky, moving with an eerie silence and grace. They seemed to defy the laws of physics, making sharp turns and sudden accelerations that would have been impossible for any known aircraft of the time. The Lubbock Lights became a national sensation, with theories ranging from secret government experiments to extraterrestrial visitors. The Air Force, initially dismissive, eventually launched an investigation, but their findings remained inconclusive. March 13th, 1997, Phoenix, Arizona. The desert night sky, usually a canvas for twinkling stars, erupts in a spectacle that would forever be etched in the city's memory. Thousands of witnesses, from ordinary citizens to the governor himself, would bear witness to a phenomenon that defied explanation: the Phoenix Lights. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the city, a series of lights, silent and otherworldly, began to appear in the sky. They moved slowly, majestically, forming a massive V-shaped formation that stretched for miles across the night sky. Panic and awe gripped the city. Calls flooded into emergency lines, people from all walks of life reporting the strange lights, their voices a mixture of fear and wonder. What were these mysterious objects? Were they visitors from another world or something more terrestrial? The lights, described as being as large as football fields, hovered silently over the city, their glow illuminating the desert landscape below. Some witnesses described them as being a brilliant white, while others reported seeing shades of orange, red, and even green. For hours the lights held their position, captivating the city below. Then, as mysteriously as they had appeared, they began to fade, disappearing into the vastness of the desert night. The Phoenix Lights, a fleeting glimpse into the unknown, left behind more questions than answers. The year is 1947. The world is still reeling from the aftermath of World War II, a time of uncertainty and paranoia. It is against this backdrop that one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century unfolds: the Roswell incident. Our story takes us to the remote desert landscape of New Mexico, where a rancher named Mac Brazel stumbles upon something extraordinary while checking his sheep after a summer storm. Scattered across the ground are strange, metallic debris, unlike anything he has ever seen before. The debris, lightweight and incredibly strong, is like nothing found on Earth. Word of the discovery reaches the local airbase, and soon the military descends upon Brazel's ranch, sealing off the area and removing the debris under a veil of secrecy. Initial reports from the Roswell Army airfield spoke of a flying disc being recovered, but this was quickly retracted and replaced with a more mundane explanation: a crashed weather balloon. But the seeds of doubt had been sown, and the legend of Roswell was born. Rumors and speculations swirled. Witnesses came forward, claiming to have seen not only the wreckage of a craft, but also the bodies of strange child-sized beings with large heads and almond-shaped eyes. The year is 1961. Betty and Barney Hill, an interracial couple from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, are driving home from a vacation in Canada. It is late and the road ahead is dark, stretching out before them like a ribbon of uncertainty. Little do they know that their journey home will take them on a detour into the realm of the unexplained. As they drive through the White Mountains of New Hampshire, a strange light appears in the sky, growing larger and brighter with each passing moment. Barney, an avid amateur astronomer, pulls over to the side of the road to get a better look. Through his binoculars, he sees something that chills him to the bone, a disc-shaped object hovering silently above the trees. Fear grips the couple as the object begins to descend, its lights casting an eerie glow upon the surrounding forest. Barney tries to outrun the strange craft, but it is no use. The car, as if controlled by an unseen force, comes to a sudden stop. The next few hours are a blur in the memories of Betty and Barney Hill. They remember being taken aboard the craft, subjected to strange medical examinations by beings with large black eyes and grey, hairless skin. They remember feelings of fear and helplessness, of being completely at the mercy of these unknown entities. When they finally regain consciousness, they find themselves back in their car, miles down the road from where they were taken. Their memories are fragmented, confused, but one thing is certain: they have experienced something truly extraordinary. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the cosmos. We've explored 10 of the most bizarre and intriguing extraterrestrial encounters, each one a testament to the enduring mystery of the unknown. From the eerie glow of the Flatwoods Monster to the silent, hovering lights of the Phoenix Lights, these stories remind us that our universe is full of wonders yet to be explained. Whether you believe in extraterrestrial life or remain skeptical, there's no denying the power of these encounters to spark our imaginations and make us question what might lie beyond our world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. Until next time, keep looking to the stars.